Hi everyone, it's Deborah, and today I'm going to be making envelopes using my envelope punch board and my pack of 8x8 papers. So I've looked on the punch board and I have found that if I use an 8x8 paper, I will make an envelope which is 3.5 inches by 6 inches, which I think is going to be quite a good size. But let's give it a go and see, shall we? Just checking my score line, which is at 3 1/8. And that's it there. And I think that I'm going to make a few of these, because with the envelope punch board, they're super quick and easy to make. And that's done basically. Just need to fold that in and punch the top part so I get a nice rounded corner. Okay, and I'm going to make a couple more and then I'm going to see what else I can do with them. And as you've watched me before, you know that I don't like that peak that sits up there. So I'm going to score it across and then fold it down. Just put a little bit of glue on there to stop it from undoing. And then just some glue on these bits and we have an envelope. And because these are double-sided, the inside's lovely too. You get this nice look on the inside as well as the outside. I could use pre-made envelopes. I don't have to make my own envelopes, but I like that I can make envelopes with some nice look, you know, nice papers, and also with a nice strong piece of cardstock like these are. Now, because I have made them and they're all the same size, which is a really actually great size, I could now just do that and make a booklet out of them with tuck spots along the way. So that would be one option. Not sure if I'm going to do that though. The other thing I could do would be to tuck this one inside this one. Oh, got a bit of glue there. It's alright, it's gone now. Tuck that inside that and then create a booklet like this where you've got somewhere to put things. So maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to do that today. I wasn't going to, but I've just made a decision. So I'm leaving one flap on the outside and then I'm just tucking all the other flaps into it so that at the end of the day I'm going to have this nice little booklet. I'm now whipping up a couple more envelopes because I've decided that I am going to make a little envelope album out of them. And I'm not sure how many I need, but I'm just looking for some lights and some darks. I seem to have a lot of darks, and there are some lights in here, like this one. How gorgeous is that? Oh, they're all gorgeous because, you know, in my opinion, Tim Holtz only does gorgeous. That's why I think that they're all gorgeous. So, again, it's the 3 1/4. And we'll do a few more. I think this is going to be a nice little album that you could give away to family and friends. Doesn't seem to be taking that long to do. And they'll think that you're pretty clever, I reckon. Especially if they're not crafters. Even if they are crafters, they'll probably think that's pretty clever how you made this. Funny because it wasn't what I set out to do this morning. I had another plan in mind, and I was doing the other plan and it just didn't pan out, you know, it just wasn't working. And when something's not working, put it aside and try something else. I don't know why I probably don't need to punch that corner because it's tucked in there. So I don't think I'm actually going to be bothered doing that anymore because I've tucked it in there. Yep, okay, let's just move on, keep making envelopes. So I don't know how big I want it either. I'm not sure how big it would take, how many pages I can actually get in it before it starts to become a problem. So I'll do a couple more. Do some of these lighter ones so that I've got some contrast in my little book. Oh. That's just the glue from the top of the pages where they've stuck them together. Like I said, I've probably got 5 of just this paper pad alone. I've got plenty of Tim Holtz paper pads, and I think these were on special at some point and I just went and bought them, and it was just hard to resist when there's such a big discount off things, but of course then you have to use them. So, oh, didn't do that. Here's a way that I'm finding to use up what I've got. I'm trying not to buy more, and I guess the temptation's less now that we can't go to the shops at the moment. here's our little envelope thing back again. Let's keep going. Oh, I'm not putting it in right. Got to turn it over, fold it back. Yeah. And that just doesn't want to go in there. I don't know what I've done to one of these. No. Trying to work out why that won't fit in there when I made it with the same thing. Clearly I've not quite punched that straight either. I was sort of, you know, rushing through it. Because I have no patience at all. I'm very, very impatient. I just want to get it done. I just want to say, yep, it's done and I can move on and do something else. See, that one fits fine. It's bizarre. Just how I've held the punch board, or I've been tiny little bit out, ever so slightly out when I've done this. And I'll put this one in next. And then one more. That's the and that's the, now that's not going to fold over there because I've got too much bulk in there, so I'm thinking that I'm going to fold this one back like this, because otherwise I'm going to end up with a problem. Yeah, see, there's some of them are slightly different sizes, but I think that's just because it's handmade. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them in there. And how I'm going to glue this down is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to run a bead of glue across here and then stick it. And then continue on with the next ones. I could take them all out and glue them the other way, but you know, just one at a time and then slip them back in. But I'm worried that they're actually not going to slip in too well when they've got glue all over them. So I was working out a way that I didn't have to do that, and this seems to be quite a good way because they stick together. And then this one here is that outside piece that I was going to wrap around, but now I'm not because it's in the way, so I didn't want to wrap it around. Just push all that together and make sure it's all glued. And because they're tucked inside one another, I didn't actually have to glue down in that pit, you know, this piece at the bottom, because you're not going to notice that. They're not going to come out. So 1, 2, 3. I think that that's ever so cute, and I do want to wrap something around the outside now. I'm going to go with another piece of paper, I think. Although that's not going to wrap too well, is it? Because it's too short. Okay. But if I do it like that, it's not going to be too short. Okay. They say necessity is the mother of invention, so let's say that this is what I'm going to do. Just want to measure. I'm going to wrap all that round like that. So the front one is going to be completely covered in that, and yes, I'm going to, by doing this, 2 of my pockets will go, but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets, which I think is fine, and plus I can put other things on here. And I'm just wondering if I want this kind of on that correct angle. I do want it on a correct angle. I think that that will do. And then to make it all work, I'm going to use this as a guide. Never done this before, so you're learning with me as to whether or not this will actually work. And make that there. And see, folding this up and folding this piece. Just where I've got that mark is where I'm folding them, so I haven't quite got it in the center. Let's see if it looks good like that. Oh yes, it's just got a little thing on one end like that. There's a bit of glue from the top of the page where it was glued in. And then around like that. And I'm hoping that that will be pretty good. So let's start by gluing these down. Super quick. Can't believe how quick this has been to pull this together. And I also want to put some glue along this spine here so that it will all stick together. Make sure it's nicely there. And then some glue down on here. Bring this over and stick it down. And burnish that to make the glue stay in place. Okay, well that's not bad because I never set out to do that this morning, as I said, and now I've created this lovely journal that I didn't know that I was going to do. And I think it's really cool. I'm very happy with it. Plenty of tuck spots. Now I'm just going to work out how I'm going to finish it off. This is Deborah. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back with part 2 on another day. Cheers.